What's up, everybody watching in the computer, smartphone, tablet, or TV? This is Andy, and you're wondering to yourself, well, Andy, don't you usually make your prediction videos for pay-per-view on Saturday? Well, I do want to make my money in the bank predictions. That's what I want to do today. But the reason why I'm doing it is a couple reasons. One main reason is Graham and Attack Slug, Doo-Hop, all my fellow YouTubers out in New Jersey have already did their prediction videos yesterday. They uploaded yesterday. I'm literally a day behind. Well, I want to be at least relevant when it comes to making the predictions, number one. And number two, tomorrow I'm going to be busy getting myself pumped up, seeing Incredibles 2 with my friends, and then Sunday, of course, it's Father's Day, and I'm going to be spending it with my dad, but he told me that I will be home in time for Money in the Bank, which starts at 7 o'clock Eastern. That's 6 o'clock Central Time, because this pay-per-view will be taking place in Chicago at the Allstate Arena, which most cases, that's where WWE holds their events anyway. They never do the United Center, but yes, this pay-per-view is taking place in Chicago. Remember, it's 7 o'clock is the start time here in New York, a.k.a. my other fellow wrestling YouTubers in New Jersey, and 6 o'clock Chicago. So let's just get the two single matches out of the way first, because you all know my rules. I predict non-championship matches first. I think we have about 3 non-championship matches on this card. There's 10 in total as of Friday, June 15th. So let's start off with Captain Obvious, Daniel Bryan taking on Big Cass again. I don't know. I think this rivalry is going to go into next month. I think WWE wants these two to fight again at the next pay-per-view, unfortunately. So, unfortunately, I'm going to have to go with Big Cass winning. Now, I'm very happy Daniel Bryan won the last match, but why are they making a stupid rivalry with a guy from Casino Boulevard taking on a world-class professional wrestler like Daniel Bryan? I mean, think about it. Big Cass is just an overrated talent scum compared to Daniel Bryan. So, I know Big Cass is going to win. I won't be disappointed that Daniel Bryan loses. But I have a feeling Daniel Bryan's going to do something in this match to get himself disqualified. I think Big Cass will win via disqualification. I think that's what will happen. Something will trigger Daniel Bryan, and that's why I think Big Cass will win. I have a theory about that. Okay, next non-championship match we have, which has a little bit of, pretty much a big build-up if you want to ask me. Bobby Lashley taking on Sami Zayn. A very personal rivalry lately because Sami Zayn has made fun of Bobby Lashley for serving in the United States military. And it's gotten personal to a point where just last week on Raw, Sami Zayn attacked Bobby Lashley for running an obstacle course that he made on live television. That's something, but yes. Who do I think's going to win? Unfortunately, Sami Zayn's going to win. I like to see Bobby get some redemption out of this match, but in reality, I think Sami's going to win, meaning maybe another rematch at the next pay-per-view. Oh boy, I hate these mid-card promos. I really do. Well, here's something interesting. And I'm going to be rooting for Jinder, even though this is an interesting match. Roman Reigns, the guy who I cannot stand, taking on Jinder Mahal. Both former world champions. Again, I want to see Jinder win just because I just don't... Again, I can't stand Roman. Roman just makes me irate. I think Roman's going to win just because it's Roman Reigns. They shove him in your face. I'm going to be rooting for Jinder, but I don't think Jinder's going to win. I don't think he's going to. And honestly, out of all the heels in the WWE I have enjoyed lately, has to be Jinder Mahal. Remember how I correctly predicted he was going to beat Randy Orton last year? Well, here we are again, and I might correctly be predicting Jinder Mahal's downfall back to a mid-card jobber. Now, I'm hoping he won't beat the status of Kurt Hawkins. But, you know, we'll have to wait and see. But Roman's going to win. Alright, so I figure, to make this a little bit easier, I'm going to predict the Raw and SmackDown Women's Championship first. So, let's go to Raw. Nia Jax, a.k.a. Savlina Farine, taking on Ronda Rousey. Nia, your current Women's Champion. Ronda Rousey, I think this is her third match in the WWE. I'm not too sure about that. But yes, Ronda's finally getting a championship opportunity. I think it's too early, in my opinion. There wasn't really enough build-up for this rivalry. But I gotta admit, that was a good promo back on Monday Night Raw. I gotta give it up to Ronda. Now, do I want to see her win? I'd say yes. But at the same time, Nia's only defended the championship once. So, again, I kept saying months and months that Nia's just an underrated talent, and I'm finally glad she got what she deserved, and she had that big moment at WrestleMania. But here we are 2 months after WrestleMania. Ronda's getting a championship opportunity. So, I think they are going to let Ronda Rousey win. I think they want Ronda Rousey to win just because WWE has invested too much into bringing her into World Wrestling Entertainment. So, I'm going to have to say Ronda wins. Just because there's just too much of an investment into Ronda losing. That's just my opinion. And that's what... I think that's how Vince thinks. Or maybe Hunter thinks. I don't know. It's either Vince or Hunter saying, well, we want Ronda to win. Let's make sure she gets the championship. Alright? You don't think Hunter's thinking that right now? I don't know. But we'll have to wait and see until Sunday. But I'm predicting Ronda will win. Alright, here's somebody who might get redemption. So in the SmackDown division, you have Carmella taking on Asuka. Yes, Carmella will be taking on Asuka. I think Asuka will finally win the SmackDown Women's Championship. Asuka is due. Alright? I understand this whole Mella is money thing. She's from Staten Island, I get that whole thing, but come on. Carmella had her moment. Let Asuka get her moment. So Asuka's gonna finally become Women's Champion. And more importantly, on SmackDown. Which I think would be a huge plus to the women's division over there on SmackDown. So, Asuka will be your new Women's Champion on SmackDown. And Ronda Rousey will be your new Women's Champion on Raw. And hopefully, Ronda will get a lot of TV time when she wins. And Asuka will definitely get a lot of TV time on SmackDown. That would be very, very good. Let's go to Tag Team Division. Let's start off. Am I reading this right? I don't even think Raw has a tag team match. I think it's just SmackDown. I don't think Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt are defending their championships. Not that I see on this card, so there's only one tag team championship being defended, and that is the Blunder Brothers, your current SmackDown tag team champions, Luke Harper and Eric Rowan, taking on Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson. Unfortunately, I think the Blunder Brothers are going to win. I like Gallows and Anderson. I was very happy they went to SmackDown, but I don't know. I think WWE just wants the Blunder Brothers to stay tag team champions for a weird reason. But yeah, 10 matches, I'm thinking, no, there has to be an 11th match added. Maybe there'll be a pre-show match that we don't know about yet. Maybe Bray Wyatt and Matt Hardy will be on the pre-show. We'll just have to wait and see. But yeah, there's only one confirmed tag team matchup on this whole card. My goodness. Alright, so let's go to the Intercontinental Championship match. Seth Rollins taking on Elias Sampson. The thing is with Elias, I want to see him win. But Seth Rollins is just too freaking hot right now. You can't stop Seth Rollins. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to say this. I think this leads up to a John Cena-Seth Rollins match at SummerSlam. Unfortunately, as I was coming up with my dream card on my wrestling page on Facebook, people were calling me crazy saying that, well, why do you have Seth Rollins taking on John Cena at SummerSlam? Well, my reasoning is because probably after the July pay-per-view, John Cena comes back and he's probably going to say, I've never been Intercontinental Champion. I want to take on Seth freaking Rollins. So they'll make Cena cut this big promo in the summer. So then that way at Barclays we get that match. But for now, in order for that to happen, Seth Rollins has to defend the championship. So Seth Rollins will win the... will keep his Intercontinental Championship. Okay, and another development, we don't have a United States Championship match. So I'll just quickly mention that. So let's go to the last man standing match of the WWE Championship. AJ Styles, your current champion, who's been champion since December after defeating Jinder Mahal at a live show in England, taking on Shinsuke Nakamura yet again, and no one is happy about this. Just because this has been a long rivalry built up. I'm sorry for screwing Shinsuke, but I'm hoping AJ Styles is the last man standing, just because maybe my dream card match of AJ Styles taking on Samoa Joe will happen. I'll get into the Money in the Bank theory in a sec, but I'm going to have to go with AJ Styles. I'm going to have to go with AJ Styles defending that championship. Just because in order for that match to happen, Shinsuke has to lose. And in order for that to happen, maybe Shinsuke gets upset at, I don't know, Jeff Hardy, United States Championship match. Maybe Shinsuke finally wins a WWE title that way. But I'm sorry, but to represent the company as a heel, I don't want that to happen. So, AJ, you better win. I'm predicting you to be the last man standing in this match. And if you're not, I don't know how I'm going to feel knowing that my SummerSlam card's going to get screwed. Alright. So next up, let's go to the last two matches. We have to talk about the obvious name of the pay-per-view, Money in the Bank. Let's go to the women's division first. We have Ember Moon taking on Charlotte Flair, taking on Alexa Bliss, taking on Becky Lynch, taking on Natalya, taking on Lana, taking on Naomi, and taking on Sasha Banks. I'm going to go with two winners here. I am going to have to go with Catherine Perry, a.k.a. Lana, winning this match. Because honestly, I think she's due for a championship. Why don't you just give her the briefcase? I wanted to go with Ember Moon, but the thing is, and this is just my theory, they're going to probably push Ember to take on Ronda Rousey eventually, later on this year. In order for SmackDown to have something complete, I think they need another winner. Lana's on the SmackDown brand. I think she's going to win. I really think she's going to win. And if she doesn't win, I'm going to be upset because I think she's underrated. They have never given her a push. I think this is the time to give her a push. So let her win the Money in the Bank briefcase. Let her win it. I'd be all in to see that. But if Ember wins, I'll be happy. I mean, I like all the women in this match. So no matter what, should be a fun match to watch. And thankfully, no Carmella. Thankfully, no Carmella. If she's the SmackDown champion, she's probably going to lose to Asuka anyway. Alright, your main event of the night. Either this will be the main event or the last man standing match would be the main event. I don't know what WWE's going with. Alright, so you have Braun Strowman, Finn Balor, Miz, Rusev, Bobby Roode, Kevin Owens, Samoa Joe, and a member of the New Day trying to grab the briefcase in the Money in the Bank ladder match. Now, let's get the obvious. Who do I think is going to be in this briefcase match for the New Day being the representative? I'm going to have to say Big E Langston. I'm going to have to say the former Intercontinental Champ, the former SmackDown and Raw Tag Team Champ. He's going to have to be representing them. I want an Xavier, but I'm going with everyone's theory that it's going to be Big E. I'm going with everyone's theory. I think it makes complete sense. Now, who do I think's going to win? Well, you are going to be surprised who I think is going to win this briefcase. I think it's going to be Finn Balor. Now, I have a theory about this. Remember how Finn Balor claimed he never lost the Universal title? So, in order to make things right, and this is just my opinion, I think Finn should have that briefcase. So I'm calling it Finn Balor will be the winner of the 2018 Money in the Bank ladder match. So there you have it. My predictions for Money in the Bank 2018 are in the books. Next pay-per-view will be... I'm trying to double check it because, again, you know me. I get my pay-per-views control. Next pay-per-view will be Extreme Rules, taking place on July 15th in Pittsburgh. So that will be your next pay-per-view. Extreme Rules, which will be July 15th. I'll happily predict that pay-per-view, the last pay-per-view before SummerSlam, and probably, I'm going to call it now, I think July 16th, John Cena comes back to Monday Night Raw. That's just my theory. If you're going to hate me, again, I don't like Cena, but I just have a return date on when I think John Cena will come back. Because if he's not competing at SummerSlam, I will be completely surprised. I'll be completely surprised. So, there you have it. I end this prediction video on a Friday. Thank you for watching. And again, if there's no pre-show matches, I apologize. It'll probably be a surprise, hopefully on Sunday. So, till next time, everyone, take care.